Welcome to a game called Doki Doki Literature Club. Alright, there's going to be a few disclaimers about this game before I begin. And by the way, I find this on Steam when it came out, and I thought it was a Japanese visual novel dating game, but it's like Pokemon Academy Life I played before. I kind of feel like I want to replay that game again, and it didn't seem like anything that I'd be interested on this one to play, but I'm still going to give it a try. But everybody on the reviews on this game, oh, and by the way, this game is 10 out of 10 on Steam. Everybody on the reviews said don't read anything else about the game, just play it yourself, which is why I'm doing right now, because I want to see what this game's about. When I started up the game, it gave me a bunch of disclaimers and warnings that said you need to be at least 13 years old to be able to play this game. But lucky for me, I'm 20 years old, which I am glad, because I know that something is going to be weird on this one. Then it said, warning, if you suffer from anxiety or depression, you might not find some of the stuff in this game appropriate. And then it gave me a link. I have no idea what this game is. Apparently it will get very weird and very quickly. So let's hop into this game and see what is going to happen when I play it. I bet it's going to be, at the start it's going to be like all cute and adorable, but when you go further on the game, it's going to be a bit weird and maybe dark and creepy. I'm going to call myself Lee just for short. Let's see what this game's about. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally obvious to any attention she might draw to herself. Bruh. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk, let Sayori catch up to me. Ha ha. Does not look happy. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Lee. I kinda wanna do the girl's voice, but I have a very, very deep voice. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Lee, have you decided on the club to join yet? The club? I told you already I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year, did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know, and I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Well, at least you promised me you'll try a little. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with an anime club. Hello! Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spazzing out. I look around and realize that I am the only one left in the classroom. I'll be like this. What? I'm the last one. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spazzing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait out for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you can come to my club. Sayori? Yeah. There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in the literature. No, in fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in the literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make me promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out alongside. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I'll be to see him. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs a section of the school. I rarely visit being generally used for the third year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ali, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. If I ever come into a club and see cute girls, I'll immediately just stay. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki, the girl with our sore attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who makes cupcakes according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. I'm guessing Yuri is the shy girl because she looks shy whenever she looked at Sayori, and Natsuki must be the grumpiest because she looks kind of grumpy. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Oh, so that's her name, Monica. That's right. It's great to see you again, Lee. Monica smiles sweetly. That's a very adorable look, Wei. We do know each other well. We rarely talk but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class, smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me as generally feels a little. You too, Monica? Come on, sit down, Lee. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them, I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Yuri reminds me of Kuragaya from the series called Little Buster. Kuragaya makes tea as well. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa-ho! Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Hehe, well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking and glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. She better not put something in that cupcake. You know, it better not be poisonous. I don't really like when somebody poisons you with something. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before, made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe, but not for you, you know, you dummy. Alright. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed this conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before sitting down. The teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Hey, that's not. Insulted Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be pastime for me, but at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles at herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I should tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. Well, make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major club. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budgets publicly and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy making something special out of it, and if it encourages others to get into literature, then I am fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like the literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate, right everyone? Yeah, we do our best. You know it. Everyone is enthusiastically agreed. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of the enthusiasm about literature. So Lee, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy world. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed to reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories and with deep psychological of elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can't relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri, for someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that, but if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. So real horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind, that's alright. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say I Lied and Give That Back. Fine. Hee, your cupcakes, your poem. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you're right, your own poem. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that it's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Look at Yuri, she's a bit embarrassed. I think she has a crush on my character because she's blushing. You could tell like she's barely blushing when she is a little bit sweaty. Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poem. We all sat in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Oh, they're like, what? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem for our own. Then next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Lee? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on there, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with that what's been on my mind in the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Oh, they don't look happy. But I'm sorry, I thought, Lee. Imagine, like, I'm not interested in a club to join, and this happens. Like, that's too adorable. You all, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Like, I'll be like, okay, I'll stay. And then they're like, really? Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks I guess. Okay everyone. Okay, before we move on, we're going to save. I think with that we can obviously end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Lee, I look forward to seeing you how you express yourself. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Lee, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for club. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. I need to think of this. Oh, that is so adorable. Look at that. Alright, I'm going to choose game. Sweet. Romance. Precious. Calm. Rainbow. Special. depression, meager, feckle, hair, heart, happiness. I'll go for happiness. Candy, lipstick, or fear, adventure. I'm gonna call candy. Let's see, pink, hopeless, flying, ocean, imagination. I'm gonna go for the ocean. Laugh or alone. I'll go for laugh. Holiday, breathe, or joy. Joy, perfect. Friends, silly, hope, play, fun. Friends? Music or pain, flee, email. I think music will be okay. Clyde's family, incapable, pleasure, night grown. Wait, night grown. Why did I say night grown for? I guess flower will be okay. A piece. Sunny. Okay, one more. I'll go for. I do notice Doki Doki was down there, but I don't know if what happens when you pick that. Dance. Okay, that's it. That's it done. Hi Ginley. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. I do know, when is the game going to be a little bit dark or weird or something? Remember, I opened the game and it did give me warnings. I want to know what is going to be weird is going to happen. Thanks for keeping your promise, Lee. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and last year too. I don't know if you plan just to come here and hang out or what. Well Natsuki, that may be true if I'm probably here to hang out, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. You got manga. I'm clever. For you. I'm proud of you, Natsuki. You got manga. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying manga and manga. Manga is literature. Yeah, sure is, Natsuki. Swiftly, defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry guys. Lee always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting, and you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Lee can become good friends too? Sayori? As usual. Sayori seems obvious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright, well here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. That this is, how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I will definitely read this. Enthusiastically, take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and end up listening in Sayori's conversation with Monica. Last time I nearly fall asleep in class in my school days. I nearly fall asleep in the middle of a class, and luckily I was awake. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other clubs though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of literature club sounds too dense and theatrical, but it's not like that at all, you know. We just need a way of showing that to everyone, something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know. And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this seriously? It's rare to hear her deliberating like this. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes? Haha, good thinking. Natsuki will love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Everybody sure loves cupcakes. You know, Monica is a bit embarrassed. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Oh, hello there. I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Hehehe, sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in the club, you're going to have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true though. Yeah. I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. Hehehe. It's what I do best. That's a problem? What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. You know, it would be awesome if this game has a thing where you can create your own like student character, where you can see yourself on the screen like talking to the characters in the game. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you got it up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on, at least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. You look at your hair is sticking out all around here. I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I really don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Oh, that's very cute. I can see my hands like buttoning her blazer. This is so funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. It's very funny how the way the camera angle is just like tip this side. I gotta tip my head like this. How's it going, Sayori? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this, aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. I don't say that out loud. My character must be so embarrassed right now. Anyway, you look much better now, so why does it feel strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy, it's not worth it at all. Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. That's so much better. Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. Hehehe. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so. So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. But I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell you with you sometimes. Okay everyone, Monaga suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Lee, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, see him. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, my relaxation ends. I had no idea if those poems, like if you're supposed to get them all right. Cause I have a feeling this game might be like different endings. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monaga enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaves torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monaga wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monaga pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. You know, I think I should show it to Sayori. Or, like, I have no clue what happens if I do it to Yuri or Monaga and Natsuki. Well, let's go for Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend, after all. Oh my goodness, this is so good, Lee. I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why, because I have no idea what I like either. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. Well, I think I understand you better than a lot of other people you know. So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Lee poem. Or you can call it Lee 998 poem, and that makes it feel extra special, like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Lee. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people. That is something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, let's see about that. Alright, let's read this. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rob the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? A look above the sky blue, it's a secret but I trust you to. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Holy crap, that's actually amazing. That's a cool very poem. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean, I still tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you, really. Yeah, especially the last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. Bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. You know, that poem is actually amazing. That's actually a very nice, beautiful poem. Monica is the best. Yeah, but next time I won't forget, and I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem next to? Alright, I'm thinking, let's say Yuri, Natsuki, or Monica. I'm guessing we should go for Yuri, since we've talked to her last time when she gave us that book. She seems to be a bit quiet right now. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay, this is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, really. Didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick writing style separate from the topic matter and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that got into writing even a simple poem. No, just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit based though. Based how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself to me or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. It doesn't even seem like nothing's happening. Like I said, this game is like a kid-friendly cute game. Like, what can go wrong? I love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Alright, let's read Yuri's poem. Ghost under the light of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the last of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening, it's blue, no, it's blue-green, whole of the future. I bath calm breathing in of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. You know, I know that these writers look cool, but they're very hard to describe what those words mean. Like this first one here, like I believe it's a T, and I think it means Tyndall's. Well, who cares? I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. Well, it's alright. Everybody tries to write something, even though that I cannot barely read some of the words that I don't understand what they are. I didn't even know. I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? I didn't know she loves horror after all. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Lee. Really. I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. lingering in her last remaining a place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Who should I show the poem next? Okay, we got Monica and Natsuki now. I'm thinking Natsuki or Monica. Well, I think we should go for Natsuki first. Like, Monica would be last. Okay, Natsuki, let's see what you think of my poem. Well, it's about what I suspected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Alright then, let's read it then. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap. Horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in the high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on wordplay. Like I set up for my rhyme at the end but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to not humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay, the last one is Monica. Alright, let's show that to Monica and see what she thinks. Hi Lee, having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm such better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have it too. Ha ha ha. Don't worry, Lee. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Ah well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are also some similarities that wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. It sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? Haha, I could be. Or gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own, and you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most, so don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. You're all laughing right now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel the way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Alright then, here we go. Holy shit, that's a big poem. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction that spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor. An angry boyfriend I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched. With a permanent copy of the meaningless image is just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of the infinite choices. I realized how that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. I'm not gonna say, that's actually a very cool poem. It's actually like a longer one than the other poems I just wrote. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Haha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. And epiphany, yeah, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica writing tip of a day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Well, thanks for giving me an advice, Monica. I appreciate the advice. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing ability. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is the literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poem. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with the language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yuri is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Lee did too. So based on that, I gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. And Lee liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stand up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Oh no, that's not what You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Okay, they're going to probably fight. I just know it. Maybe you're just jealous that Lee appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Sayori, I think we should try to break up the fight. Is everyone okay? Yeah, is everything okay right here? I really don't like how you guys are fighting. You guys really need to get along. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew size bigger as soon as Lee started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Hey, you leave Monica alone, you two. You guys need to get along. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they had just noticed I was standing there. Lee, she just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Lee. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Lee? Well, I get it that you guys are probably fighting what your poem is better. There's no reason to fight over or try to make me choose. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do my choice here, so let me choose my choice if you don't mind. You too. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be, you know, frick this, I'm going to help me Sayori. Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead I turned to Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori. Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Lee, well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being, she would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Alright you two, you better cut that out. You're acting like a big bunch of children right now. Excuse me, are you listening to yourself? No I'm not. No I'm not. I'm not listening to myself, you idiot. This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Oh, Sayori, you just yelled there. And then we all went silent. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they gave you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? But because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Oh, you have nothing to say, Natsuki? Are you gonna say something, And as for you, Yuri, I guess you're not gonna say anything. Look at that face of yours, you must be embarrassed of what you're going through right now. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monaga stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monaga. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that kind of embarrassing of me. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monaga smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I can get the chance to talk to her a little more. Well, there may be a chance you can. There you go. Okay everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well mostly. Lee, how about you? Okay, here's my question. It's okay, the poems are not that bad, but this is what we're doing in class. We're going to be doing poems a lot over and over again. I'm getting kind of bored. I want to do something else. Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kind of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Lee, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. She sure is happy that everything is back to normal. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No, no, no. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? Not exactly, I don't hate them. No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. You know, Lee, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. She sure is happy. I'm actually kind of glad she's happy when all that fighting of Natsuki and Yuri arguing over poems. Every day is going to be so much fun. I sigh again. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We will just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an eternal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Alright then. Oh, we're back doing poems again. Okay, so we actually know how do we do this right now. Yuri right here, she loves scary stuff, like reading scary stories or horror movies. So if we're going to get to like her, we have to do like some scary stuff. And Natsuki right here, she loves like cute stuff like cupcakes and some cute adorable things like animals. And she also likes, well, does she like? Well, I forgot what she likes. And we also have Sayori. Still not that much things about what she likes, but someday we'll find out. But there's one question is, where is Monica? Like, why isn't she not on the side of this book? Maybe she's not part of this. Alright, let's try go for Yuri and see how much poems we can make for her. Okay, we're going to go for Graveyard. Oh, and you can see right there, she jumped up and down and got excited. So that means that we're getting good at this. Alright. You know what, I want to get a couple more things from Natsuki and Sayori as well. So how about flower? Oh, Sayori likes flowers. Oh, that's good. Alright, fireworks, infinite, ribbon, joy, vacation, kiss. Oh, Natsuki likes that. Oh, that's very cool. Alright, let's see. Let's go for like another scary thing. Heartbeat. Okay, that one is from Natsuki as well. Where is frightening? There you go, Yuri. Determination, judgment, nibble, light, lucky, or fear. Childhood. Yeah, and of course Sayori likes that. And chocolate, that will be for Natsuki. There you go. Anime. Natsuki likes that. Depression. Wait, you like depression? Hold on a minute. Remember that nothing happened, no weird stuff happening. I think Natsuki is going to be in depressed, I think. I don't know why I'm thinking about that. It's because when I click depression, she jumped up and down. And I don't know if that is because that she might be in depressed, but I hope that's not going to happen. I'll go for marriage. Oh, Sayori, you're thinking about marrying the character I'm playing as, which is obviously me. Well, just call myself Lee, obviously. Horror. There you go, Yuri. I'll go for pain. I thought this was for Yuri, not Sayori. Cry, romance. What about Doki Doki? Okay, Natsuki likes that. Defeat. Don't know why Sayori likes defeat, but doesn't matter. I'm gonna go for friends. I'm gonna go for giggle. Dark. Well, dark is for Sayori. Well, the bad thing is we didn't give that much stuff for Yuri, but we got like a couple lot for Natsuki and Sayori. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi Lee. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Yeah, you sure do look in a good mood. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always a simple thing with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Let me guess, Sayori. You forgot your money, haven't you? The way you're looking away, it means you forgot your money. Why, that's all of a sudden. No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with a latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Look at that, Yuri has joined the fun. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in her face in her book as always. Don't worry, Yuri. You can laugh if you want. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Lee to let me borrow some money. You should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough. Retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak in your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much. It's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You are right though. I did something bad and now I have to accept that retribution. That still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But, you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. What the heck? Okay, the screen just flashed. Kaya! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... a cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. I know who threw that. Natsuki threw the cookie. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I freaking knew it, Natsuki. You threw that cookie at her. I was just going to give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Geez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. I get it. Cookie still in his hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Sayori, you cheeky little girl, just taking her cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? You are a very thief at stealing cookies. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study at hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. Kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better I will. Yeah, you take your time, you know, doing piano will take quite long to get used to it. That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Lee. Monica smiled sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, the best of luck. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Why, is she hiding in the closet now? Lee, Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm going to get some supplies from another classroom. Want to come with me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival is coming up. Me and Monica were going to make some posters and stuff. So I need to go find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. Ah, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay Monica, we'll be back soon. Are you going with Lee to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. But I wanted to go. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Lee? Yep, let's go. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind as Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey Sayori, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're going to do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone is going to take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. That sounds kind of dull. Lee, you're not thinking about it right away at all. It's not just about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like you say the lines of the poem like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that. Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this one, you know. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. I know. I just meant that it's pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. Don't say that, it's embarrassing. But I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. I'm so excited. The festival is going to be so much fun. Sayori spins herself around in the hallway again. Hey Lee, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, eh? It's been a long time since I've spent time with Sayori like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hold myself up in the room more and more. So going adventuring with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet and I follow. Alright, so okay, we're going to end this here. So there will be part 2 for this series. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and make sure you leave a like and subscribe and I'll see you all on the next video. Lee Hep is out.